In five, four, three, two, one. We're live.
Yay.
What up, it's your boy the Libya Monitown platform, and I believe my sound today is amazing because I can see the
Top
bar moving
notch.
up and down. Yeah, the sound today is really good. And let me share it
hmm
in the group, or maybe you can share it if you can.
I'm using my phone, so I
Okay,
have
let me
phone
just share
now.
it.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, today it has been okay. Happy New Year, by the way, because I think this is the first episode of first
Hey.
first first thing we are doing after the new year together. So
Right.
happy new year to the family. Happy new year to everybody watching us. Um, what can I say? Life update. It has your new year been? How was the day? How was the Christmas, the new year, and everything? What has been going on?
Oh, for me, Christmas and New Year, it was interesting for me, but many people might not find it interesting. But for me,
Mm.
this is what excites me. Just watching movies and just having my alone time and just
Mm-hmm.
yeah, just diving into movies. Like a lot of days I'm busy during the normal days. And
Mm-hmm.
then even when I watch movies, I kind of feel guilty because I feel like you have to be working. While you're watching movies, you have to be doing work, right?
Yeah.
So Christmas Day, New Year Day was it was a day when I could no guilt, like just watch your
Watch.
movies,
Yeah.
relax, have
Yeah.
fun. So it was that kind of a day. So it was really exciting for me. So yeah, there's a lot of movie watching, a lot of sleeping. This kind of days I don't go out because everybody's out. I don't want to be out. Like there's traffic.
Hmm.
It's just so everybody's so excited and stuff. So I don't leave my house on these days if I can help it. So it was just home watching movies, relaxing, and that was it.
Okay. Indoors. Mine, I wish I stayed indoors. Yeah. Christmas, New Year, enjoy it until feel sick the next day. Let's
Oh
talk.
my god.
Yeah, it was too much. New Year is for we consider it for the grown-ups. Like when we were kids,
Right.
Christmas was the day. But growing up, you realize New Year, not like realize New Year. You warm up to New Year because it's like you're breaking into a new
Mm.
year, new era, new things.
Mm-hmm.
You've made it past that year. Even though every year
Mm-hmm.
everybody always say during New Year, thank God to that year don't pass, thank God to that year don't pass. New Year will be great, thank God to it don't pass. So every year always be like that. But yeah. So that's how my New Year was, and I've had like the podcast I did with this Brian, what's up? Claudette, what's up?
Welcome.
The fam is
Hey,
coming up. The
Claudette.
fam is coming up. What's up? What's up? What's up? You
Right.
guys have seen the topic of today. So what do you think about the topic of today? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually far from the PC I'm doing the live with. So
Okay.
yeah, so that's why I had to go closer to read the comments.
Okay.
Let me just
So
quickly open my
on New
phone.
Year's Day you got sick. Christmas
Yeah, I
Day,
got
what
sick
did you do?
and recovered a couple of days after that, New Year Day. And after that, I had to recover quick and had because I had that episode, the podcast with Martin Newsongs. We tried to do it on YouTube and the sound card that I use on this laptop to do the live. It was messing up, so I just crushed it. And we just had to
Mm-hmm.
do that one on Instagram through my phone. So after that, I had to download it from Instagram and design it the way my podcast always look. I re-upload it on the YouTube channel. Yeah, which
Yeah.
wasn't. I think. Yeah, I think. Yeah, because I believe it was live on YouTube. The reactions, like the families, mostly on YouTube. So Instagram, though, we went up to I think 18 guys watching. Like the questions were coming in, and that's the longest
Mm-hmm.
podcast I've ever done because it was almost 2 hours. Because we just
Mm.
kept talking, and when I ask a question, I always give like, I think this is one thing I need to work on. Like when there's a question, when a question has come in, I need to let my guest or the other person talk right to the end because that's why the
Mm.
podcast lasted that long. Because I know when you do TV interviews and all that, you're working with a time frame, you know. So when you ask those type of questions, there may be a reasonable. You may have a reason why you say, "Oh, true," and you're trying to maybe cut the answer short
Right.
because you're working with their time. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I realized that you know what, it's a podcast, and my favorite podcasts in the world, they always go up to 2 hours 30 minutes because they just kick
Mm-hmm.
it. It's not like question and answer. They just crack jokes. They
Right.
just kick it. So I just say, you know what? Since this my podcast and I don't have any time frame, I think I should exercise that. And maybe here, like on Contrast Podcast, I think we should exercise. I don't know if we have to exercise it, but the way the spirit leads, the audience, like the
Right.
live audience, they determine how far we go, how long it lasts, you know. But I just realized that podcast, I think I should let those guys talk, like air out their mind. They say what they have to say,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
let's see how long it goes. Because I always cut them short because I
Right.
always work with time frame. Like if I have to edit, it will be so heavy, so long. So I need to time management shit. But I just say, okay, you know what? I'll just let it now. So that episode
Mm-hmm.
was, I think, 1 hour 50 minutes long, and it was his internet that even ended it. If not, it would have stayed
Mm.
longer than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, his internet went off. Yeah, so that's just been my whole Christmas to New Year now. So I just got a new sound card. I got it, I think, Tuesday, and I hit you up and I said the episode we're supposed to have on Monday, can we have it on Tuesday? And yeah, the
Right.
programming, like scheduling and all that,
Other
couldn't work,
plans.
so we had to move today. Yeah, so that's it.
Right.
So you guys have seen the topic of today. Let me read your comments because everybody, the fam is tuning in, and I like it.
Oh.
Yeah, the fam is tuning in. Who is online? Guys, is my sound okay? Okay, yeah. So we have Brian, we have Claudette, we have Richard, Mambu. Okay, this is somebody
Hi.
new. Welcome to the family. Okay. I hope you enjoy the show. I hope you like it. I hope you interact with us. I hope you contribute, and I would love if you contribute to the show
Mm-hmm.
because this thing we are talking about things that happen in Cameroon. Like, is the industry is Cameroon? Is we talk business, everything concerning Cameroon. That's what contrast is. Sometimes we may lump in some artists, celebrities from Africa and abroad because we need to use them as reference, or if what they did has something to do with Cameroon, if it affects Cameroon in one way or the other. So we address them. So we would like if
Mm-hmm.
you participate because like lockdown comedy, what's up? Hello. So
Hey.
Ita, what do you think about these recent things that have been happening? Like the Stanley, saying the DJ should stop playing Nigerian music over and over. The guy, I don't even know his name, but I've seen a couple of his videos. Him saying he doesn't want,
Oh, so I. Mhm.
yeah, he doesn't like DJ should stop playing Cameroon music, like they'll mess them up, like they have plans for them, for Cameroon DJs who always like playing Nigerian music or foreign music, you know. Then we have AY also commenting on that same effect, saying maybe he justifying why Cameroonians should behave the way they are behaving, you know. And Joe Boy saying how nobody covered him, and Stanley not sharing a DM, a private message from Joe Boy. And yeah, so what do you think about all those things happening? What are your suggestions
Yeah. So
about
like.
the music
Yeah.
thing?
So this this is like several layers, and
Yeah,
I think there are several reasons why, and I have several opinions. I
yeah,
remember when I did a video about this, and I reacted to the whole CY International what he said, and
yeah,
like almost everybody in my comment section was like, I'm with CI, like CY. Everyone was supporting what he was saying,
yeah,
right? But the next video I did, and I was like, I still stand by my point because my thought process is we as Cameroonians, we want to really go down that road with Nigerians.
yeah,
We realize that Nigeria has the biggest population in Africa.
yeah.
We really
Everybody
want to
know
go
that.
down that road of, because I was talking specifically concerning what CY International has to say,
Yeah,
because he was saying like Joe Boy, people ignoring him when he came to Cameroon, they should continue in that life. I'm like, are we going to say we are not going to be offended if, let me say, Jovi? goes to Nigeria and people ignore him, are we not going to be offended? So if we are telling Nigerians that that's what we want to do to their artists, are we saying that that's how we want they should treat our own artists when our own artists get there? Because it's true, Cameroon is our industry is at an infant stage right now, and our artists are not really invited out of the country as much as we want them to. But I
Yeah.
believe a time will come when our artists will get the opportunity to get invitations from Nigeria, Ghana, and all those other countries. So do we are we saying that when they get to that stage, when they get to Nigeria, if right now Nigerians are at this stage and they are reaping from the work they have been putting all these years, are we saying that if we want to treat them as they are at this stage now, when our artists get to that stage, are we not going to complain when we are treated that way too?
Mm.
Yeah. Then like another thing that was coming to my mind is, and I think I got this from off one blog, which I read one article which they wrote. It's like
Yeah.
um, Cameroonians, whenever let me say, our celebrities who are talking or whatever, whenever they are interviewed by a foreign platform, whenever a blog shares one of their posts or
Yeah.
something, or
Yeah.
does a review to their song,
Yeah.
the hype is crazy. We get so excited. We are so happy about this that foreign blogs are talking about our own.
Yeah.
I remember somebody actually commenting under one of my videos, like, if you talk about Nigeria again, I'm going to unsubscribe to your channel. And I was like, first of all, Kakara TV is Pan African. And if you're here with us, means you're joining us in our Pan African movement. We are going towards, we're not just like, true, we talk principally about Cameroon. We're
Yeah.
not going to solely talk about Cameroon. From time to
Yeah.
time, we're going to talk about other things. And I think it's cool that way. So in my mind, it's like, if we are excited when these other people talk about us, and we don't want the bloggers here to talk about them. Like, how does that make sense? What kind of double standards are those? So all those things just keep going to my mind a lot more. But let me give you a chance to talk
Okay. You've said so many points in there that I have to. Yeah. I believe this episode really enforced the title of this show, Contrast.
first. Right.
The title of the show is Contrast. If you don't know what contrast is,
Right.
Google it. So I just believe maybe this episode will
Right.
really enforce that title. Okay.
Yeah.
What's up, Dixon? Dixon in the building. Eric is in the building. Fam is
Hey,
back.
OG.
Yeah, OG, OG. Okay. So what I wanted to say is first you started by saying they ignored Joe Boy and he wants them to do it that way. Okay?
Mm,
And you talked about Cameroon when if they get to the point where Nigeria is at right now. Would they be mad
mm,
if Nigerians ignore their artists if they come to their country the way they did Joe Boy? Of course, we'll be mad. Okay, the same
mm,
way I believe
mm,
they are agitated right now. Um,
mm,
for Nigeria to carve out this market to get to the stage where they are at right now, they
mm,
enforced what we are trying to enforce now. True or false?
mm.
They did.
Yeah, but for me, I think that's a little bit different. Playing music for me is different from an
No.
artist coming to a country and ignoring.
Listen. Um, he said he was ignored. Okay, and they like
Mm,
it. Hmm. Yeah,
mm,
it makes sense, but I'll address that one after that. They enforce that same rule to get their industry to the place where they're at right now. One, Mastercraft, he had an interview with I think it's Pulse or what media, I've forgotten, but I saw that interview, I think it was in 2015. An
mm.
old interview, yeah. Back then when Mastercraft was the shit, like every song, Timaya, every hit song, Mastercraft on the video, yeah, all that. So
Yeah, yeah,
Mastercraft
yeah.
said when he came back from the UK to Nigeria as a DJ, because he was brought from the UK as a DJ to Nigeria to perform. He went to school in
Right.
Nigeria. When he graduated, he came back. So he still had that grill sound in him, like like the hip hop grill sound in him. He said when he came to Nigeria and he was called to a club to DJ, he went to the podium. He
Mm,
played an American song first, the second song in an American song. When the third one wanted to come on, the crowd, everybody just
mm,
started shouting, "Oh boy, if you play that, your mama there will go pull you down there, beat you, or you come off of that stage. Say if you come here to
mm,
kind of play this kind of music, come off of that stage." He said, and
Mm.
he's a Nigerian, and he's a DJ. He just believed that, and they said, if you want to play that kind of music, go play it for your house. In
Mm.
Nigeria, that is true. Like in public places, we are not preventing Cameroonians from listening to foreign music. Even Nigerians can't. They
Mm.
don't. That's why you stream music. That's why you download music. But in public spaces, you need to be dominated by your own media, your own songs. These
Mm.
are the rules. These are the things Nigerians adopted. They enforced before they got
Mm.
themselves to where they are at right now. So it is
Mm.
not double standard. It's Cameroon want to adopt that, and if Nigerians are mad that Cameroonians actually want to adopt this strategy, even in the Nigerian's home, you don't hear him playing. Even the American song we so idolize, we idolize a lot. Like when
Mm.
growing up, they
Mm.
don't. You understand?
Mm.
So if they are mad that we are
Mm.
trying to adopt that, they should just look at themselves. They should look in the mirror because up to today, that's what they are doing. They do the same thing today.
Mm.
So that thing
Mm.
that they say you should prevent artists or guys from listening to Western music, you can't, because when you're home, at that point you have the choice to
Mm.
listen to whatever you want. So the next thing you said
Mm.
is prevent that people have the right to like what they want to like. Okay,
Mm.
but if in public spaces where people listen to what is hot and what is not, and you don't give people the option to choose which of
Mm.
them or what they need to like. If you don't give them the variety of Cameroon songs that they have, they won't find the ones among them that are worthy to be added to their playlist.
Mm.
Because if you keep
Mm.
playing the foreign songs they've been used to hearing over the TV and the radios, and you don't give them the not TV and radio, like the online, and you don't always
Right.
give them the option in the club, because when they go to the club they'll just say, okay, I go club today, my man, I want to go listen Nyama on my paramende. Like when they put Nyama, me oh yeah Nyama, but when they go back home they may want to listen to a Drake.
Mm.
And when they listen to those songs in the clubs, that way it enforce that thing that, okay, in parties or in gatherings or in occasions, this kind of songs actually work. Like these Cameroon songs work.
Mm.
Like they play it in a gathering.
Mm.
But when they are alone using their headphones, when they want chill minds, they will not play those kind of hype songs like Nyama. They may try and find
Mm.
some kind of songs
Right.
that they may just listen to in
Right.
work and all that. If a Cameroonian artist has that kind of a song, they're okay, they will listen to it if we give them that
Mm.
option, if we present that option to them. But if we don't give them that option, if we keep feeding that inferiority complex in them, that they keep listening to foreign music, we keep feeding them that music, they'll say, you know what, if the guys who have the ability to present or to expose us to more music, if they keep giving us the same thing
Mm.
we listen back home, it means what we are listening back home is the best.
Mm.
You understand? So Nigeria
Mm.
enforce what they enforce what we are trying to enforce now. And if they are bitter, if they are trying to misinterpret it, call it xenophobia, it means that's exactly what they were, or that's what they were practicing when they actually told Mastercraft to stop playing that music, or if he wants to play it, he should go back to his house and play it.
Yeah. Before you proceed, right, let me just address something. First,
Yeah.
I think like we are talking about two different things, because like what you're saying, I
Yeah.
agree with you. I believe that we need to play majorly Cameroonian
Yeah.
in our radios, in bars and stuff. I agree with you. But
Mm-hmm.
my thing is like what the CY International was talking about,
Mm-hmm.
of a foreign artist coming to a country
Mm-hmm.
and then people ignoring him. I think it's different from playing principally Cameroonian music. I think we need to adopt our own. We need to fall in love with our own, and we need to talk about our own, preach our own. And the reason why Nigerians went off, or why they were attacking CY, or some of them were like apologize or stuff, it was
Yeah.
not because he did not even, like, the whole of that his video was not even talking about playing
No, he said it.
majorly No,
He
I'm
said he
saying
even
he wrote an
talked
art.
about
He wrote
ZJs that they
he
will assault them if they keep doing that.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is the portion which, if you let me say, the portion which he was getting a lot of attack from, if you read the comment section and stuff, like
Yeah.
I don't really care what Nigerians have to say. Like, for me, honestly, whatever the reaction they said, that one is their business, right? For me, what I'm talking about is basically what he was saying about the Joe Boy coming to Cameroon and not receiving like a warm treatment, people not talking
Yeah.
about him. I
Yeah.
think that is different. Is there are two different things. There's a difference between let me say Beyonce. Let me just use
Mm-hmm.
Beyonce, right? Coming to
Mm-hmm.
Cameroon and people ignoring Beyonce, and people saying we don't want to hear Beyonce in a club. True, we can go to a club and people say, yeah, I don't want to hear Beyonce's music. We want to hear just Cameroonian music. But it does not mean that if Beyonce is coming to Cameroon, you should tell Cameroonians that don't attend Beyonce's concert, boycott the concert. So what are you saying? That you don't
Yeah,
want
that's wrong.
Cameroonian artists to be
If
invited to
if that's how you
Coachella?
put it,
You don't want
it's wrong.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So that was the only issue I had with him because, like, even when I was reacting to his video, I was like, I understand that what he's saying is coming from a patriotic point of view, which I have no issue with. It's important to be patriotic to your own and push forward your own, but you
Mm-hmm.
should be very careful when patriotism becomes toxic in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Becomes like because you want to be patriotic, I don't care about any other thing again. There's those little things like that. So that was just my point of view,
Mm-hmm.
right?
And he was also mad at when Brenda Bia brought Whiskey and some other artists to Cameroon when they
Mhm.
had artists in Cameroon, like giving them that money,
Yeah,
you
that
know.
one kind of
Even
rubbed me badly too. I was not very happy about that. So
yeah,
yeah,
there's even
that's
something he said there are artists in Cameroon here who are very good and they have never set foot in the palace, but she will bring foreign artists into the Unity Palace. Like he also said things like that, and to
mm,
me, and for everybody watching right now, let me read the names of like guys who just tune in. You have and there are comments too. Brian has a comment. You have Claudette has a comment. Tiana, welcome. Okay, and if you're watching
hey,
us right now, like the video and share. That's how you support
mm,
this channel. If you're watching us right now, just like this video and share. Then you move back to the live chat. Okay.
mm,
Yeah. So um yeah, Claudette is saying you misunderstood him. That's why I'm saying if you put it the way you did, yeah,
mm,
it's wrong.
mm,
But what he said was not that they ignored Joe Boy, okay? But they shouldn't cover Joe Boy more than they cover like Cameroon artists. Like if you go abroad, like when Joe Boy came, he wasn't supposed to be like the headline of the country because even if like when Cardi B went to Ghana, she wasn't the headline in Ghana. It's Cardi B. She wasn't like the headline like of most newspapers or magazine. She wasn't. Even when she like when in their peaks, when guys like when J. Cole went to Nigeria, J. Cole wasn't the pick like the headline at that point. It was Davido. When he did, it was Whiskey, by the way, he did the song with Drake. So that's what he meant. What he means is you don't have to put the headline like cover that guy like the guy like give him more exposure than you give your own artist. Because at that same towards like now you have Charlotte Panda and Singular that did a song. Like they are saying if you have to do something that has to do international, okay, talk about Joe Boy, but don't make him the center of the whole conversation. The same way they did when Burna Boy came. The same way like when Techno came to Cameroon, okay? I don't know. I'm feeling like the live session has ended.
That's in the
No, because my phone. Okay, yeah, I think I had a message and it just flipped it. So
oh
when Techno's own case in Cameroon, the reason Techno's own conversation became so high was about him revealing his paycheck on a Nigerian podcast. But when that event was
mm,
going on, when that show was going on, the talk about that show was about Jovi's performance in Douala. Was the way Jovi killed that show. You
mm,
understand? That was what Cameroonians want. That's what they want to enforce in the minds of so many media personalities. And when you cover Jovi towards that period, he gave views. I covered him towards that period. And I had one of the highest viewed videos on that channel at that point because of that show, because of
mm,
what he did. And even the live video that was one of the most viewed live videos on my channel.
right.
Yeah, 60 to 80K, I think. But live shows. So what he's actually saying is we shouldn't put those guys at the head as the headlines. Techno became the headline after the show had ended when he talked about his paycheck. So if Joe Boy came to Cameroon and he never reviewed his paycheck, like I believe if he had reviewed his paycheck, Cameroonians, this thing also be a center of conversation, like the topic of the day. He hasn't reviewed it yet, so that's why you see the topic like Joe Boy didn't make that much noise. And me too, with Stanley not posing that thing, I had a problem with that thing. It felt so childish to me and all that. It's like, yeah, with this whole CY international thing going on and addressing this Joe Boy thing, it's like the Joe Boy's name and this whole the topic about Cameroonians consuming Cameroon, putting Cameroon artists first, putting majority, mostly Cameroon artists in the mainstream media, and Joe Boy's name being attached to it. I believe Stanley wanted to instigate some kind of conversation or some kind of talk, and he even said it that my people like to talk and I give them talk, and that's so childish and that's so foul. Like he wants to attach his name to the conversation.
Sarah is trolling the internet. That's what he
He's
does
trolling.
best. He's
That's what I'm
just
saying.
trolling.
He's trolling, and he wants to attach his name to the
Right.
conversation. His name was already
Exactly.
attached to it when he told that DJ to stop playing
It's his
Nigerian
game
music for.
plan.
Yeah, you understand?
And he's doing that. He's reminding people go and vote for me for Mama or it's his game plan.
Exactly. You see, and he wants the vote. He'll even make
Why?
guys. He'll intentionally make guys to go for that category and vote for somebody else just because out of anger.
Why?
Like they'll just say, okay, they'll just follow the lingo there and they may vote for Fali Pupa or Amos B.
Ah, God.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
because they
Eh,
say you think we are like,
mm,
yeah, out of spite.
yeah. Anyway,
Mm.
like like when I was listening to that CY International, there were some things that he said, like I said, which I kind of agree with, but especially that point of ignoring Joe Boy,
Yeah,
I didn't agree with it. I can remember when Black China, who is not a musician, she's a socialite, when she and how do you call this girl? This girl for White Initials, this girl, she was a sacred Cameroonian musician. What her Dencia,
Dencia.
no
Yeah,
Dencia.
yeah,
Yeah,
Akapu
when they
Dencia.
went
That's a
to
lady.
Yeah, when they went to Nigeria to promote Dencia's product,
Yeah,
headlines were Black China and Dencia in Nigeria. That
yeah.
was
It's because
those were
of
the
Black
headlines.
China. It was not even
That's
headlines.
what that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That
Yeah,
a lot of blogs talked about that.
yeah,
They're like if you follow Linda Ikeji, one of the biggest blogs in Nigeria,
yeah.
she covers foreign events, she covers Ghanaian events, she talks about South African, she talks about, and that is
She's the
why
biggest.
she has not the
She's the biggest, I think.
I didn't get that.
Yeah,
Yes,
she's
it's
the
one of the
biggest.
biggest blogs in
Yeah,
Nigeria. That's yeah, oh, sorry, yeah, she's the biggest blog in Nigeria. You can say that. I'm saying this lady doesn't just have a Nigerian following. It's true, majority of her following is Nigeria. But because she talks about these other people, she gets traction from other places, and that increases her numbers. So
okay.
what I'm trying to say is, like, I'm just what was bringing my mind now is just that comment that was like, if you talk about Nigeria, we're going to unsubscribe.
Yeah,
And in my mind, I'm like, it's a month. It has been like past 2 months. This is the first time I'm calling Nigeria. I've been
yeah,
Cameroon. Sometimes I talk about Sierra Leone, but majorly it's Cameroon. Like 80% of my content is Cameroon. Then I throw in one Nigeria, and you're like, no, 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 don't talk about Nigeria. And I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? Are you serious? So for me, I'm like, there are some times that you're like, okay, I want to be patriotic, I want to speak to Cameroon, but we should be very careful not to exaggerate. Like
yeah.
he made a statement. CY later made a statement. Was like, okay, Nigerian content will be played 5% in Cameroon, which I'm not mad at. But if you start saying like 0%, we don't want to hear
No.
Nigerians again. I remember in the comment section of one of the blogs, somebody was like, like, how they call this people, Malian. I'm a
Yeah,
Malian. It's
Malian.
in Malian. Yes.
Naira Mali
So
fans.
if yes, so if people say there's no more going to Naira Mali, I am not there for that one. And so Cameroonians actually want to be patriotic, but they also love Nigerians. And you're making them feel like if you want to support us, you don't have to have any Nigerian.
Listen, the
Then
reason, yeah, they it goes back to my point when I said the reason Cameroonians love those kind of songs is because even the DJs like it and they always push your songs more than Cameroon songs. Like I've said, when you go online on the internet, you get
Mm,
variety of songs, you know.
mhm,
The ones that
mhm,
catch your attention, you often turn to listen to them more. But when you go to the club, like public places, that's in those days when there was no internet, like places like club,
mm,
TV, and radio stations were places where you go there to discover the hottest songs, the new songs.
mm,
The internet is
mm,
still there, yes, but the internet now
mm,
fuel your like your personal satisfaction. When you still go to the clubs, TV station, and radio station, it is still a place where you go there to know who is a star in your country, what is trending in the country. You
mm,
get the point. So we
mm.
still need to enforce that because it still works. Clubs, TV, radio, bars, it still works. It still creates an impression in their mind that this guy is a star. Like Avero Jess, it's mostly clubs and bars that made that guy a hit. Like made that guy a superstar. Like he's been accepted now in most French countries. That's how he blew up. The streets. So if you don't give Cameroonians an option, and because we have very few, there's also one topic we have to do. Cameroon artists are really lazy, and I talked about that with Martin. New songs.
I wanted
These
us to
guys
talk
are so
about that.
fucking
Yeah.
lazy. And
Mm,
on the other side, Cameroonian audience too are so hypocritical. Like when Magasco
mm,
released a 40-track album, they said he gave too much. He did too much. Magasco is one of the guys who always saturate you guys with music, and you guys turn and say Magasco is doing too much. Okay, he falls back and release 1 or 2 songs a year. Cameroon artists are lazy, but majority of them are lazy. I know that one for a fact. I don't know why they are. I don't know why, but Nigerians release music a lot. That's why the
a
Cameroon
lot.
music, that's why Cameroonians get so many variety of Cameroon music. Even when they go online, they get
So many.
mostly Cameroon music.
Mm,
But if Cameroonian are in mostly Nigerian music, sorry. But if Cameroonian artists like saturate the internet, I believe there was one time we were talking here about 2018 when I did my top 10 Cameroon songs. I did 2017, 2018. That was a great year for Cameroon music because that was when Malox released at least one song every month. Sasakom Saso Tuye Butuye.
mm,
Malox was that was when Malox became lo vibe, like the household
mm,
name. That they even nominated him for
mm,
Canada, and he said, "I love him or not," and it still went viral. Like
mm,
because he gave the public, like he just stopped. Now you see everywhere is dry. Still that same year, Loco was giving songs back to back. Mr. Lee was living
mm,
On va girer, just supported with Loco. That they were just
mhm.
releasing songs back to back. Mr. Lee even released Love Original back then. You if you recall that year, compared that time frame, that period to now, you realize that Cameroonians really fell in love with Cameroon music because they had variety of songs.
Right.
I believe that was the boom of this new era of Cameroon music. When you
Mm,
hear Mr. Leo just release a hit song, Loco, a hit song, Malox, a hit song, Magasco, boom, Sokoto, hit song. Like towards that period, Jovi also came with, I think it was Motion and all those other songs. During that period, Renis, boom, with after following up with La Sauce with Pilong. During that period, that was when
mm,
Cameroonians fell in love with Cameroon song because we had variety. The attention span of an average listener is so short. So we always need something to listen to. So the
mm.
artists are lazy now, so they shouldn't blame Nigerians when they saturate our market because we are not giving the audience, the listeners, things to keep their attention. But you want to hear Olamide has released, Naira Marley has released, Joe Boy. You want to listen, Omale has dropped, Whiskey, Davido, Burna Boy. Like they are just, if this guy dropped, the next guy dropped, the next guy dropped. Like Davido released 2 albums in 2020, 2 albums, 2 full-fledged albums.
Mm,
But Cameroonian artists, like that's one of the things I was talking about Martin new songs. Like he just said, in next month you'll be releasing another album, and I'll be like, wait, bruh, isn't that too early? You just released an album, we haven't finished digesting this one, and the promotion, like this album, this is new album is growing drastically. Like the album, it's very difficult to get a complete album, get 20K streams in Cameroon. Like a complete album, not like a single, getting millions of stream. An artist releasing a single
mm,
and getting 1 million stream, 5 million stream. When he release an album, that's when you actually know if he has a core audience. Like if the total stream amount to 15, 20K or even 100K, that's when you know, okay, that guy is
mm,
an artist in Cameroon. But this Martin New songs, we don't even know him, but his album already has 20K. That means his album
mm,
speak for itself. That's why I say Like he said, in 3 months he's dropping another album, and he'll be releasing 2 videos in a month. And I'll be like, what the? He said Cameroonian artists are so lazy. That's why the average Cameroonian turn to look somewhere else for entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the things. Like he even addresses an artist addressing those kind of things. He also addressed. There are so many things we talked about there, but talking about this topic, I understand why CY International is saying what CY International is saying. But on the other hand, artists are so lazy that if you keep repeating one song and artists release a song the whole year, you cannot play that one song the whole year. Like guys will get bored of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we need to give the audience or the DJs variety of songs.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's I say it's
Yeah.
yeah, it's a two-face thing.
Yeah. Also, like, you see all this noise that is happening online and people are talking and talking. I don't just know what impact it's going to have. Because, for example, I yesterday I was out and I went to two different places. I was at a snack bar, then I went to a restaurant that where you eat, they play music continuously. I know a single Cameroonian song. At the first place, it was Fally for the whole time. There's some other Congolese people.
Yeah,
Then the other place, I think, was just totally Nigerian. And I'm like, even when you're moving along the road, the music that is blasting, the only song, like Cameroonian song that I've been hearing people play over and over again until I'm starting to get tired of is Kosi, Kali song featuring Coco Ajante.
Gajante, yeah.
Everywhere, everywhere, I'm already getting tired of that song. Anyway, but you just move on the road, the song's blasting in the atmosphere. Kali Pupa. Majority Nigerian songs. So I'm like, all this noise being made online, people saying this, people saying that.
No, if they make
I
the
don't know
noise
what impact
online,
is really.
if they make the
Yeah,
noise
I don't know
online and
what
they
it.
don't enforce it,
Uh,
it won't have no effect. Like in Nigeria, the people
mhm,
in charge, like what CY International said, he has a committee that he may enforce those kind of rules in certain cities that they may practice those kind of things. It will help. Like if they come to your snack and you're playing that kind of a song, they may give you a tax or a fee that you think about paying that fee and you will not play those songs. Play them, but not
mm,
that much. You think about it.
mm,
You not even know if those guys are around listening, so you'll be scared to play it because they'll come and say, "Okay, this day we are playing this song, we are playing like that,
mhm.
and it is this fee." Nigerians enforce that, and their industry is what it is right now. And if they are enforcing that kind of a rule, the artists should not be lazy. They should keep giving the content for those guys to be playing. You cannot repeat one song over and over. Like I'm beginning to that Nyama to me, that song to me just has I think a month now for it to lose its interest in my ears.
I'm telling you, that Kosi Kali song. I think like everywhere, everywhere
Even
until I'm really tired.
Enjoy that fish, enjoy. I don't
Everywhere.
want to hear the song again. I'm sick of the song because of the way Cameroonians repeated
Seriously.
that song.
Yes,
We
because
have dope
because
song,
we
but
don't
if
have
we keep
much.
giving
We don't have
varieties of songs,
much.
like since Fish released his EP, he hasn't released any new song again.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't like. I like the songs in that album. Like when I stay for let me just say 2 months, I may just get up one day and say, okay, let me just listen to Patience by Fish. But if that's the only option I have, I'll get tired of it.
Ah. Because one blogger even said, okay, people should list 50 plus club songs produced by Cameroonians this year. If you are
Nigerians
saying
have a
that you
lot.
want DJs, yeah, if you're saying that you want DJs to stick majority to Cameroonian, give them the songs. What songs?
Exactly.
List it in the comments below. And the options were very limited. You yourself, you'll be like, if I'm a DJ, what are the options
Okay, just
there?
think about when I was doing
If
it,
I
when
have
I
to
said I
keep
was
people
doing,
dancing all night.
yeah. Just think about when I did Molita and I said, let me talk about artists of the year, songs of the year, all that. Uh, you look at the criteria I use. I use impact they had this year, not even musically, because there
Mm,
are no songs. They may just have one song, and the guys that may
right.
even that came up number one, first three, you had like Kosi Blanche because she released 3 songs, maximum 3 in a whole year, and you had guys like Kosi became the highest because he featured in the Power Project. He had Bolo Se Bolo, he
Mm,
had Sakui, he had a couple of songs. The guys who were the top 3 were guys who actually had more than 3 songs in a year.
mm,
And those songs
mm,
actually did well. This is one thing these guys fail to
Mm.
understand. When you have your foot on their necks, like when you have your first hit song, you have the chance to run the whole year right to the end. A simple example is the baby in the USA. When he had that his first hit song, Shook, he just capitalized on that and released his album. The album of that, I've
Mm.
forgotten the title of the album. After that, he released another album again. After that, he started doing features. That's just how you do. Keep the public
Mm.
entertained. Just make that era your era. We don't have those songs.
Right.
If you're watching us now, like the video and share. That's how you make this topic go further. That's how you assist in the conversation. That's how you assist in putting this topic out there. Just share. You may share on your WhatsApp status or on your Facebook. Anywhere, just one share will help. Okay? Like
Mm.
and share. Okay, so that's it. The artists are lazy. They don't give the DJs enough material to play. That's one of the problems we are talking about right now. Okay, so if the artists are listening, you guys are the fans. When you share, you may tag an artist to it, this live video, so they can know what the problem actually is. When you share, you may tag any artist, like any of your favorite Cameroon artists, to it. Yeah. So I think we should read the comments now. I think we've got to the point where we should
Okay.
now, yeah, the interactions.
All right.
So where should we start? Okay, we started with Dingaloy. Dingaloy said, "What's good, guys? Happy New Year." Okay. Brian said, "It's not ignoring Nigerian artists, but putting our own first before any other artist." Okay. Maybe people
Mm.
got mad because we are trying to rebuild their artists. Still, wait. Maybe people got mad because we are trying to rebuild their artists. Still comes and take huge sum of money. Okay. The money is not a yeah. I get the point where you said people are getting mad that we should promote. We should not ignore Nigerian. You know, he's not saying we should ignore Nigerian but put our own first. I've already said that point and say very
Mm.
true. There will be in public spaces, ceremonies and parties. Only 237 music, foreign music. Not only. We said majority, mostly. You get the point, because I know, like I just made a clown post that if you should that just turn to any friend if you're overseas, like some of us who are abroad. Just ask anybody to name one Cameroon artist. They may call Awilo Longomba. That's what exactly that's who they'll call. Even clubs here when they
Mm.
play songs, play mostly Nigerians for almost 3 hours, and they say they want to divert into all over Africa. When they go to Tanzania, they'll play Diamond Platinums. They know Diamond Platinums. They don't even play Inos B because they don't even know where he come from. But when they say they should play
Mm.
Cameroon, you hear they play Awilo Longomba. Like when you ask Marcus, like Awilo Longomba, my brother in Cameroon, I hear that in Cameroon, Cameroon, blah blah blah. That's what Nigerians say, you know, because they don't. So they said in public spaces we shouldn't play foreign music. Like personally consume, okay. Foreign music should be for personal consumption. That's your opinion. Yeah, that's what I just said. You can't prevent somebody from listening to foreign music when they go back home. It's their choice to decide what they want to listen to. What,
Mhm.
yeah, it's their choice, you know. But when they come to public spaces, you should give them the option. You should make them know what is happening. Like they should enforce that kind of a thing that you don't know who is listening. Like you went to the club that day, you know, or you went to the bar, you went to a restaurant, and they were playing those foreign music. They don't know that maybe you may want to be one of those guys who enforce those taxes.
Mhm.
They shouldn't be aware that there's somebody around like that. You just listen to it and you just say, okay, this bar, that's the owner. The next day you want to see it, right? Like
Mm.
when tax is coming up, he hears that they have increased your tax, so you're paying this amount because of that. Some of them will
Mhm.
actually stop playing it.
Right.
Yeah, they will stop because in the world, like everywhere in the world, if you want to affect a man, you affect his pocket. He
Mhm.
will adjust. When you affect a man's pocket, he adjusts. You don't even need to tell him. But when you try to affect him with pain, like if you try to enforce pain on the man, people get used to pain. But a man never
Mhm.
get used to being hungry. You never. You if you get used to being hungry, the only stage at which you get used to being hungry is death. You die of hunger.
Mhm.
Yeah. So if you affect a man's pocket, then he will adjust. So the next person is Claudette. he talks more on the fact that we should reduce the level of, okay, yeah, we should reduce the level at which we consume foreign music publicly in public places. Okay, we have good evening. Yeah, Tiana. Okay, Claudette. Okay, Claudette is saying you misunderstood CY International.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she said Cameroon artists should step up their game. IK Jigs. Okay, so the baby had baby boy on the baby. Okay, had Kirk. Yeah, the album is Kirk. He had Blame It on the Baby album. That's the third album. He had three more. You see, in a year he had three albums. That's just it. Like when you have this
Mm-hmm.
spotlight at the moment, you should
Make use of
capitalize.
it.
Give the artists, like give the
Mm-hmm.
fans who just discovered you more songs. So when the DJ goes to the club
Mm-hmm.
and say, "This is another baby song," or "This is another Kosi song," "This is another this song," yeah, it keeps give them what to play. But if you don't give them the songs, you cannot blame them if they rush to other countries to pick out the songs which guys listen in their personal time to entertain them with.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, IK Jakes is saying you lack of ability to auto critique kills 237 industry, always blaming others and being comfortable with our laziness. Boom. That's what I'm saying now. Even criticize the quality of music. Criticize everything, like
Mm-hmm.
make them compare them to somebody else. Tell them that okay, this song you're releasing right now, if you give MTV this song and somebody like, let me use an upcoming artist in Nigeria. Let me not use Joe Boy. Let me just use somebody like who do I even know that is an upcoming artist in Nigeria? Apart from Rima. Okay, Rima. Let me use Rima. Even though Rima is
Mm-hmm.
already boom, but he has the budget and all that.
Right.
Yeah, just tell him. If Rima sends his song to MTV and you send your song to MTV and they have a slot for one song, which song would they pick? Look at your song. Look at Rima's song. Forget the fact that you have
Mm-hmm.
confidence in your art, but look at it from the consumer's point of view, not yours. Whose song would they pick?
Mm-hmm.
That's why when I criticize or when I do this my review and I talk about the quality, the bass, the ambient noise, or the glitch on the videos and all that, that's why when I talk about all those things, I use reference from other industries. That if we fix all those things, our songs has the potential of going through reviews because they always review. There's a board that reviews some of those songs. There's a board
Mm-hmm.
that review all those things. So if your song has to go through that panel, are you sure that the song will make it through? So sometimes yeah, IKJs that we're blaming others comfortable with our laziness, we will go nowhere without competition. Yeah, you need to have
Right.
a measuring stick. We need to have a measuring stick. So IKJs, you have a point, and he's an artist, so he's saying this from a point of view. And sometimes IKJs used to send songs to Molly Town, for us to promote on Molly Town, and he always want us to give honest critique. He tells me before putting it out, what do you think it is? Sometimes you may listen to the song and you have a negative criticism and you feel like when you say it, you hurt the artist. But one time I told him,
Mm-hmm.
okay, you need to work on the bass or the production and all that, and he actually said, okay, bro, thank you. I'll take that. I'll work on that on the next song, or I'll work,
Right.
or
Project.
maybe it sounds the way it sounds because of what I have, like the resources I have. But I
Mm-hmm.
think before doing the next project, I'll make sure I solve this problem with the next resources and all that. So he's saying this from the point of view as
Mm.
an artist. He knows his limitations.
Right.
An artist needs to know theirs for you to grow. You stop that thing that, okay, because you come from this demographic, from this place, your own need to push you, even if it doesn't compare to somebody else, like internationally. And we all Cameroonian artists dream
Mm-hmm.
of conquering the international market or penetrating
Mm-hmm.
the international market when they don't want to compete or when they don't want to produce the quality or the standard that live up to the international standard, like consumption. you know Even distribution companies, when you
Mm-hmm.
want to distribute your songs through like these major distribution companies, like you have Rune Note, City Baby, um Audiomark, you have DistroKid, all these guys, they always tell you for iTunes mastering, your song has to be 440 hertz at least, or 480 hertz. At, am I wrong? IJK Jakes. To distribute on this international platform, there's an amount of hertz which your song needs to meet up for your song to be distributed. That's the standard. So we Cameroonians, we need to learn all that. We need to know all those things. We need to put all those things into practice. So yeah, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, so I was just thinking about something you mentioned about this mastercraft, right? Well, when he just came to Nigeria and
Yeah,
he was playing foreign music, and
yeah.
it's the audience, the crowd that actually told him that we don't want this foreign music anymore. Put Nigerian music, right?
Yeah, it's a
Was that
crowd.
the case? Yeah. So I'm just saying that in like maybe okay in Nigeria they have these rules that they put into place,
Yeah.
but aside from the rules put into place, Nigerians actually do enjoy their music. So
No,
I'm
they
saying like,
enjoy the patriotism. Like even in Nigeria, okay, an Igbo man would love to play mostly an Igbo song, and a Yoruba man would love to play mostly Yoruba Hausa. They will do all that. But when it goes to a place like a club, if they want to hear something out of a Yoruba or an Igbo song, it has to be a Nigerian. It may be that Hausa, but it's a Nigerian. It may be that Igbo, but it's a Nigerian. It may be that Yoruba, but it's a Nigerian. Maybe that I don't know. Those are the three tribes which that I'm versed with. But it should be a Nigerian. It's a patriotic thing, like it was built in them. Even Nigeria, they also have that thing that they don't need to. They copy things from abroad, from the Westerners, yeah. But when it comes to when they see something that comes from their own, okay, they try to put it first. Even overseas here, even when CY was talking about Nigerians, it's all about them, self-centered, all that. To a certain point, he's right. I've experienced it here. Is the truth. They always want, if they see yours may be so shiny, but and theirs is dull. But if they hear that that thing is from Nigeria, okay, one they treat that thing with some degree of respect. That's being patriotic. That's being. They may not like the guy when you guys leave, but when it comes to when it is public, they will address that guy as one. They may fight among themselves. They really they fight among themselves a lot here. But when they are fighting among themselves and you jump in between, they will come together to jump you. Then when you leave, they may continue
mhm,
the fight. That's just how it is. It's just built in them.
mhm.
Like it's a cultural. I don't know if it's a cultural thing, but that's how they were grown. It's like your home. You may be fighting with your sister, and a stranger come into your house and try to pick a fight or insult your sister while she beating you. The two of you join to beat that guy and send him out of the house, and then you may solve the problem in the house. That's how Nigerians treat themselves, their art, each other, even overseas.
Yeah, so the point I'm driving to is I'm trying to look from the point of view of a DJ.
Yeah,
I have a friend who is a DJ actually, and he was telling me like when you go to a club, and then because these DJs don't own the club, they are
yeah,
workers in that club,
yeah,
and the people who own the club want to see that the people are turning up to your craft.
yeah,
People enjoy the music you're playing.
yeah.
So if you go to a club and then you play music which the people don't enjoy and the crowd is not people are leaving or people are not nodding their heads and stuff, the owner, the manager is observing and he's like, okay, probably I'm not going to invite this person to the club. So some of these DJs they even get the club gigs as part-time job. So
Mm-hmm.
if you do a good job the first time, then they'll invite you more times
Mm-hmm.
until when they see okay you're always doing a consistently good job, then they keep you there on payroll. They don't own these clubs.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just looking from the point of view of a DJ going to the club and then you have an audience who loves like that guy was like I really saw a video from Danny Green who I was like, okay, he said this because I know he's very friendly with a lot of Cameroonian celebrities. He said if you want to ban Nigerian music in Cameroon, it means I'll go to clubs with my mattress. I'll just go and sleep me there. That's what he actually said. And
Danny
I was like,
Green,
okay. Yes, Danny
the town
Green.
crier.
Yes, if you go to his
He's a
YouTube channel, he
Cameroonian.
actually said, yes, that's what he said. He said,
Yeah.
if you people want to ban Nigerian music in clubs, I'm going to go to the club with my mattress. That's what he actually opened his mouth and said. And I was like,
Okay.
wow. Anyway, and so what I'm trying to say is Cameroonians ourselves, if we, because at the end of the day, these DJs are just doing their job and want to keep their job. They're just trying to save their paychecks. So
Yep.
if you are looking from that point of view, you start seeing that we as the audience who consuming this music, we have to get into a stage where we have to start demanding this Cameroonian music. We want this Cameroonian music, and when we
Okay.
get this Cameroonian
It
music
goes
in
to
the
what
club, we
it
should
goes
turn
to what
up.
GK has just
Yeah.
said right now. GK has
Mm-hmm.
just said is education.
Mm,
Like when you a kid is born, when we went, like for example, let's use ourselves as example. When we're growing up,
mm,
we always look at Beyonce, Jay-Z, Tupac, and the rest as role models. Like we want to be like those
mm,
guys. Or we always go to Google and type what richest man I want to be like Bill Gates. That's like
mm,
we always think about the role models outside of Cameroon. But in the USA, America says they are the greatest country in the world. Americans first. Like they
right,
train themselves
right,
that they are first before somebody else. Nigerians
right.
educate themselves that Nigerians first. It's education. That's how you raise your kids. In Nigerian schools, they even
Mm,
speak Yoruba in the classroom, like they teach Yoruba and Igbo.
mm-hmm,
So it's all about education. Cameroonians now is because we are mostly influenced by the Western culture or outside culture, outside influences, and we are mostly educated
mm,
by foreign history.
mm-hmm,
What this great man outside here was, who this great man who was outside here came to the country and did great, or what this man did,
mm,
or what. It's all about education. So for us to start that, I don't think right now where we are at in Cameroon, we can just wake up. Though gradually we can shape those guys who already have this foreign, like this inferiority complex, like what comes from abroad is better. We can shape it to a certain degree, but to build that thing in Cameroonians coming up, that Cameroon projects or Cameroon things are the best, we need to start doing that from our kids now or the younger ones. Like
mm,
I can recall when I was growing up, my big brother was mostly the music guy who always listened to music. I was mostly in tune with Cartoon Network and the rest and the shit. Or drawing so he'll be the guy who always play music home and cut my Cartoon Network just to play music. And guess what he'll play?
mm-hmm.
DMX, Jay-Z,
All
all
right.
those guys.
That was what we knew back then.
Yeah, 50 Cent,
Mm.
you know. So
Yeah.
he does. So when we're growing up, we realize that okay, our big brothers, they respect this kind of music, they enjoy this kind of music, because we listen to this kind of music for so long, it become our influences. Even if we grew up and say we
Mm,
want to create our own style in Cameroon, you get those influences from what we grew up in our own style or in our own music.
mm,
So it's all about education. For us to shape it now,
mm-hmm.
like us listening to music, if I have a kid now around me, I just believe I will play mostly Cameroon songs when he's growing up. But like when he grows up and gets to an age where he can pick music, the foundation of what is dope will be what he grew up listening to. And that will influence everything.
Mm-hmm.
Or if he has to integrate Western music to it, at that point, integrating Western music into it will be like, okay, he's creating his own style. He wants to add something new.
Right.
But us now, we want to blend African music to something which we feel like was dope to us, what we listened to while growing up. Celine Dion, oh,
Mm.
those were the guys elders were listening to when we're growing up.
Tony Braxton.
Tony Braxton, Boys to Men, Backstreet Boys, you know? So it's about
Right.
education.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's just the key. It's education. Even Nigerians now, that's why you hear the hail Fela Kuti up to today. When they were growing up, they always say Nigerians, your brother. This is the person that will have your back if anything goes wrong. That's what they need to teach Cameroonians. Like that person, okay, he's good. He brings
Yeah.
you all these good facilities. But do you think if your country or this place is burning, that will be the first person that will rush to help you? No. It's the closest person to you. That's the first person that will try to quench the fire or reduce the flames while we wait for that person, at least with the water or with the fire hydrant to come and turn it out. But we need to keep the flames at bay. So you need to be one with the person close to you. It's all about education.
Yeah, I think like my thought processes everybody has to do the work. Everybody has
That's
to do
it.
the
Yeah.
work. The fans need to be educated to become more patriotic. The artists need to put out more and better music. For me, everybody needs to play a role at every end, and it's not just going to happen by people playing the blame game. And like one thing that was just passing through my mind is the fact that what do I want to say? Yeah, is the fact that a lot of times we have like Nigerians saying, okay, I was listening to this Tiwa Savage. Yeah, is this Tiwa Savage? Yeah, Tiwa Savage. I was listening to her interview, and then
Mm.
she was saying that when she grew up in the UK, she loved mostly foreign music. She was into foreign music, and that's what she was singing, and the songs she used to write were all foreign music. Then she met this American who had been to Nigeria,
Mm.
and then the man asked her, like, where are you from? And she said, from Nigeria. I said, oh, Nigeria, I love Fela Kuti. And then she was like, this is this foreigner who is in love with my culture, where I come from. Then why am I not in love with my culture? Am I
Mm.
trying to stick to foreign music here where look at somebody who is not even Nigerian, really appreciate Nigerian culture. So what I'm trying to say is the reason why P Square became
Mm.
a big. I remember there was one time that it was Danfo drivers that was the hit here in Cameroon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everywhere was Danfo drivers. Then after
Exactly.
it was P
P
Square.
Square.
In fact, honestly, I know the lyrics to almost that those their early songs. I know the lyrics
Yeah.
almost all of the song. Yeah, so there's one thing that
Even
was
Two Faces,
yeah,
Tibia.
and it's Two Face, you are my African queen. Actually, okay, I went to boarding school for 5 years of my life,
Yeah.
and during that 5 years period, all of the songs that became hits and people were singing lyrics to lyrics, trying to copy in their books, all of them, none was Cameroonian. Majority of them
Mm.
was Nigerian, and it
Yeah.
was not. It was not because of patriotism to Nigeria that made us fall in love with that. It was
Mm.
because it was a good song and we loved it and we vibed to it. So I'm
Yes.
just saying that we as Cameroonians, it's true, we need to do some work and really fall in love with what is Cameroonian because there are some really cool songs out there. There are songs that you can listen to over and over again that is Cameroonians. We just
Have
need
you
to do
listened
the
to that
research.
Martin's
And
album?
I've not listened to his album. I've listened to one of his songs, the song where he was talking about Cameroonian, my Cameroonian princess. I like that one.
Yeah. That's
Anyway,
even the least song in the album.
but I like that
That
one.
one is
Like,
dope because most he just called Cameroonian princess, and that's why girls are so giggly
and it's
about the song.
cool.
I just know that's
It's
why girls
cool.
are so
I
attracted and
like
giggly
it.
about the song. But
Better one than nothing. I like that
yeah,
one.
yeah.
I
But
like it. It's cool. Yeah. Anyway, so what I'm just trying to say is artists need to put in the work and put in really dope songs that get not just the Cameroonian public, get even out of the Cameroonian public and internationally appreciated songs. True Cameroonians need to put in the work too. The one thing which I think one blogger also pointed out is the publicity. Our artists
yeah,
really need to do a better job in pushing their songs out there.
yeah,
This song Ayagayo, which I think is an incredible song,
yeah.
I feel like one of the reasons why it did not really get out there the way it was supposed to get out there, I think it did not do enough publicity for that song. Because honestly,
The kind of
everybody
publicity
that has
Salatiel tried to do there wasn't the one he was used to, and it didn't work because I know he went back to
yeah,
South Africa to find a distributor for that. The song wasn't released on Alphabeta Records channel where his core fans were. That was where his core fans
mm,
were supposed to listen to the song and start sharing it. He
mm,
shared it on a
mm,
South African platform where nobody knew him, so they ignored it. It goes back to the
mm,
patriotism. They'll pick theirs over yours. That's the first thing. That's what killed that song in the first place. That's the first thing mistake he did. He's tried to use because his song is dope to get into a platform where nobody know him. It's almost the same as Tak or TM Pro or Shura. They may release a dope song on Stephen's Music. Those are Daphne. To me, Stephen's Music YouTube channel is Daphne's YouTube channel. That's why you see those
mm,
songs. Foreign artists don't like other artists don't perform well there. Is that's one of the first mistakes Salatiel did. He went onto a YouTube channel owned by a South African that had 1 million subscribers, thinking him
mm.
going there
No,
will make
that channel actually it is Vevo. It was one of the first songs. It was Salatiel Vevo. So he created a Vevo account, and
yeah.
that was one of the first songs released there. So it's a Salatiel Vevo account that has that song.
No, he
Yeah.
released it on a channel before doing it on Vivo.
I don't know. I said on this video.
Yeah,
Okay.
he
I don't
released
know
it on
about that one.
another channel, a South African channel that had 1 million subscribers, and then he released it to Vivo. I don't
I
know
don't
why
know
he
about.
thought you releasing it to Vivo was a great idea, but you already have a core that were expecting something from you. You dropping that song to your core will be the first guys to share your songs. That will help increase the. Most of these guys don't understand this thing about algorithm on social media. Your core fan base sharing your song will tell YouTube that song is great and they'll push it more. Sometimes you try to get to another person's platform, it'll kill the song because that platform has 1 million subscribers. If your song gets to a platform that has 1 million subscribers and is doing 2,000, 5,000 views, they'll say this thing is trash. Out of 1 million people and just 5,000 people watching it, they'll push the song down, they'll suppress it. This is one of the things most of these guys don't understand.
Yeah, it's true. Like it's true. He was trying to get into new markets, and I think first of all, like Vevo, it's a distribution platform.
Like
So
DistroKid, they don't
YouTube
promote your
is
song.
so YouTube is just like one of their distribution avenues. So I'm like, first of all, Saratiel getting on Vevo, qualifying to get on because not all artists that can have a Vevo account. So him
Vivo
first
is easy
having a
to get.
Vevo
I can create a
account.
Vivo account for anybody. If there's any
So
artist here listening and you want a Vivo account, I can create it. It's not difficult. There's just some few questions they ask you,
okay.
some criteria you need to fill. Some you take maximum eight
So
days
even
or
if
a
I
week, you
have
get it.
0 followers, I can get a
Zero,
Vevo
you can
account.
create. No, not zero.
Oh.
You are supposed to have, I think, 10K followers. I think or on
So
some
that's
social
an
network
achievement.
platforms like Facebook is 10K, Twitter I think is 1K, YouTube
Mhm.
YouTube is 1K, Instagram I think is 1K. I think max 1K everywhere. You must have at least 1K. I think
Then why does Stanley, Eno, Daphne, all of them, why don't they have Vevo accounts?
they don't have Vivo account because Vivo is not a promoter. Vivo is just like a distribution network like City Baby or
Yes,
DistroKid,
it, yeah,
and
it's a
anybody can
distribution
still use
platform.
those places to push your songs out. Vivo,
Mm-hmm.
to me, I believe those guys that use Vivo, they use Vivo because of the name, the brand. When they see a song is on Vivo, it has Vivo
Mm-hmm.
on it, they believe that Vivo will increase the credibility of that song. But
Right,
if you already have your
right.
fan base that have those fans, there's no need as
Mm,
to use Vivo.
mm,
It's in
mm.
those days that when you
And,
see a big brand on a name on like in those days when you see Vivo, you say, "Ooh, the artist don't make up with Vivo." Or when you see an artist like on Trace, you say,
right.
"Ooh, the artist don't make up with Trace." But Malox does not show on all those places and still has the views because he understands where his market is. When you already cultivate your fan base from scratch, you cannot ditch them and move to a place like Vivo thinking them distributing your songs on YouTube, iTunes, Deezer, um, Tidal, all those places who help make the song sell more. No, they are your fans that make the song sell.
Yeah. Yeah, but what I'm thinking too is like every artist has their goals, right?
Yeah,
Malox, I think his goal is getting to his friends and stuff. But I think someone like Saratil, he has like international goals. He's
uh,
looking towards the Grammys, those kind of things. So,
Vivo
like
is
even
not
from
the
his
way.
strategies, you can see it that
Yeah,
he has those kind of international ambitions. But I think Malox is like he's cool with his local audience. He's cool with his base and stuff like that. So from his
take
artist
that.
strategy, you're like, okay, this is his
Okay,
plan.
take this.
Yeah.
This one thing. Okay, this one thing Salatia should have done if he that's his goal. Okay,
Mm,
this
mm,
a company that distribute that sign co-sign distribution deals with independent record labels. They call it Empire. That the same distribution company XXX Tentacion was releasing the songs on, and that's the same distribution
mm,
company Pato Ranking is using now. You have your
mm-hmm.
core fan base. You distribute with them to all these places like iTunes and all that. They distribute it. It carries the Empire logo where the mainstream understand. They promote mostly, they go work with mostly independent record labels or independent artists.
Mm,
And you have a core fan base that stream your songs. So when your core fan base stream
right.
your songs that were distributed by Empire, it increased the impression of all those songs that were distributed by Empire, putting it on the radar of all those big guys, and they say, "Oh, it's an Empire artist." They'll pick it up, they want to
Mm-hmm.
listen to it, and they may like it, and they may take it to the next place. Okay, if
Mm,
we was looking for a big distribution like that, because
right.
Vivo, to me, Vivo is a video distribution network. It doesn't matter if you have so much like Vivo it boycotts your core fan base. It doesn't release it on your actual fan where your fans are. It doesn't.
Yeah, it's true. It boycotts your core fan base,
But on
but also
Empire,
I'm
you
like,
can actually share it on your personal YouTube channel. But the only thing is,
yeah.
the song has been licensed through Empire. The revenue goes through them, and you carry that
Mm-hmm.
trademark, and you easily get playlisting on Spotify and iTunes because it's Empire.
Mm-hmm.
And playlisting
Yeah,
is
but
like the
one
radio now on internet.
right. Yeah, but an advantage of that Vivo distributing it on their own platform is they have already this international following. And if
Mm-hmm.
you're trying to hit the international market
Mm-hmm.
and you have a banger song, a hit song, I know of how they call these people. Is it Latin American songs going viral on this Vivo, their distribution platforms and stuff? So, and not just viral in their own country, in the Latin American countries stuff,
Those
but
songs,
viral internationally. So
yeah,
what I'm saying is, right, if Salatiel gets a hit song, a banger song that everybody is vibing to, that kind of Psy Gangnam style kind of song,
yeah.
and it's put under his Vivo account, it will not just be distributed to the Cameroonian audience. It will give him a chance to break through the international audience, international platforms and stuff.
What do you think these distribution networks are? Do you think they are like they carry your songs to radio, TV stations, they carry your songs and put in between other fans? When Salatiel created the Vivo YouTube channel, it started from 0 subscribers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how did that help him?
Okay, so for example, I watch I'm watching a Justin Bieber song on Vivo,
Yeah,
and then at the end card, it's a Shawn Mendes song
yeah,
distributed by Vivo.
yeah.
Just that's basically that's the only thing I've seen visibly. Like, okay, just the fact that okay, Justin Bieber, similar kind of fans would rush to Shawn Mendes, and
Mm,
they are putting it on the end card of that song. That
mm,
already says something.
mm,
Then, secondly, for me, it's like when you see that Vivo brand, somebody is able to be distributed by Vivo, you're like, okay, this is a different, this is, people look at you differently because you have that Vivo brand to your name.
mm.
So you can open certain doors because you have that brand to your name.
Nah, so this whole thing, I just believe these guys are licensing companies. They may have a network, yeah, but that network is not connected to your fan base.
Yeah, but it
And your
gives you
fan
room to
base needs to
another
be the
fan base.
initial, yeah. And those guys there,
Mm-hmm.
they are testing the waters with you. At least when you drop a
Mm-hmm.
project, you need to have a core. Your core needs to give that song an initial push for everybody, because all those guys who see your song at the end of that card on Vivo, okay, if they click that link, or if the song pops up by their sidebar and they see Vivo on it,
Mm-hmm.
and your views are just like 2K, they won't want to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they don't know you, firstly, even though you have
Mm-hmm.
Vivo. Firstly, they don't know
Mm-hmm.
you. The next thing, your views are too low. But if you have your that Vivo thing on your official channel where you, let me just say, your fans are there. Your fans
Mm-hmm.
already will take your song to, let me say, 100K or 500K. Eventually, they'll say, okay,
Mm-hmm.
if this guy is distribution through Vivo and he already has 500K, he may be somebody famous somewhere. I may have dope songs.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see who this guy is.
Right.
You get the point? But them just creating a new YouTube channel to you, dropping you in the middle of neutral guys who don't know you. First of all, they'll see,
Mm-hmm.
is this guy famous enough? That's the first thing. It's almost like
Mm-hmm.
that thing that most guys attract towards fame.
Right.
Yeah. So if they see your songs are not doing well, like it has just small views, that Vivo thing on it wouldn't help much. They may go to listen to it, but they'll be going there, they'll be listening to it with like, oh well, who is this guy? Let me just see who the guy is. And sometimes some guy may skip over it because the view count is low, and it's maybe somebody, they may call you an industry plant. If you don't know what an industry plant is, you know what an industry plant is, right?
Nope.
Okay, it's the same thing I mentioned when talking to Martin. He didn't understand what an industry plant is. An industry plant is somebody who was placed into the mainstream by the industry out of nowhere because of the connections he has with the mainstream. And there's nothing
Mm.
most fans or most media houses hate more than industry plants. Because some
Mm.
industry plants are untalented, but just because they have connections or people in the house, they get their song put in places where they don't deserve it. So sometimes they
Mm.
view you like an industry plant. You may have a Vivo, but your views are low. They'll just say this guy is an industry plant or an artist the industry is trying to push on us, force on us. But if you
Mm.
actually have the views, you'll be like, this guy is actually famous and the industry is trying to embrace him.
Right.
Yeah, those are the kind of the industry plants. That's how they call them. So sometimes it
Mm.
helps to kill your career. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it kills your career.
Right.
Okay, I gotta go. I think I have a call. We've gone for 1 hour 18 minutes. I think 18 or 15 minutes.
Mm.
Hello, brother.
Wow. I've tried.
Okay, my God. Yeah. So
Mhm.
thank you guys for watching, and yeah, I'm sorry we had to end this topic here.
Mhm.
I'm
How am
reading a
I
comment.
seeing you?
Yeah, I was reading a comment.
Okay.
Glam guys, sorry you're late, and we are ending it today. So
Hey,
thank you guys.
Glauca, you're
Definitely like
coming
the
now.
video. Yeah,
Oh my
like,
gosh.
share, because that's the only way you can help. So Glam guy, we are sorry you couldn't participate. Just watch the whole video, and you know what it was all about. But please like the video and share it. Okay. So Eta, you have something to say? Eta's already gone. She's audio now.
I'm here. I was just trying to read the comments and I'm trying to read the comment my video and stuff.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, yeah.
thank you guys for watching, and I think I'll be leaving now. Eta, you have something to say? Because you're waiting for me. That's why
Thank
you're
you.
coming
See you guys tomorrow.
now.
Talk more tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay, guys.